Hey. Okay, so it's 2022. I love to read. I read, and I want to make even more time to read this year. About 2 years ago, maybe three, I'm not quite sure exactly when this came out, and I don't have the package for it anymore. Happy Planner released a companion pack, and I do still have the actually what it looks like. It looks like this. I think it was called Digital Detox, maybe the Detox companion pack, and they had 2 reading lists in it. I held on to this reading list for so long because I did not want to use it. Happy Planner also had a book out a few years ago called Journaling Doodles. Here it is. I bought about 8 of these because they were marked down at my local Hobby Lobby for $4.99. And this was released in 2018. So this sticker book here actually had some reading lists in it. As you can see, I used one, but they're smaller. They're not as big as what's in or what's on this sheet. So the purpose of today is to just show you how I replicated this sheet, cut it down, and I pretty much made it front and back because this is what the back of this looks like. I am not going to use this. This is forever going to be my go-to sheet to make copies of, etc. I have a personal printer. I have a Canon TS6120. It is a Pixma, so it makes pretty good copies. This is what the copy looks like. So this is the original, and I'm sorry about the shadows. This is the original here, and this is the copy without the planner punches in it yet. So it looks really good. I use pretty hard heavyweight paper so that I can get a good feel for my paper when I am making copies of what I want. I did this year come across a difficulty. Again, I made it front and back, and I want to show you guys how I did that, but this one was actually the error. As you can see, this is the front, but the back, when I cut it down to size, was off. So I realized that I just needed to move my paper and my printer over to the side once I went to print onto the back. So this is what I got. I'd gotten front, and this is prior to me cutting it, and then here's the back. So once I cut it, they should be just about right. So I am going to use a paper trimmer because if I attempt to cut this by hand, I am really going to mess up, and I don't want that to happen. So typically, I believe the classic paper is 7 inches by 9.25, 9.25. So I know it's 7 across. So sometimes I'll go to the 7, but because of the excess on the ends, I just try to make sure to align this line because you can still see where your paper pretty much scanned at. I just try to align that with the line, and then I just do a clear cut. So there's that. And you're gonna see me switch this around. So from this side is where I'm gonna make sure it aligns with that 7. And it does here. So, oh, it looks like I was perfectly at 7. It's just a little at the top. Looks like I'm actually perfectly at 7, guys. Yeah, so I'm perfectly at 7. I'm not gonna too much bother. Yeah, I'm perfectly at 7. And then here I am okay with where we are at the top, so I am going to go down the full 9.25. And as you can see, well, you might not be able to see, I'm a crafter, so my numbers are wearing off. But again, there is a cheat. You can just pretty much align the bottom of your paper where you saw it scanned at with the line where you're gonna cut. So this is my first time. I'm trying it with you all. Even if it's an error, I'm still gonna post this video because I don't want to re-record. But this is the front, and let's see if the back cut appropriately. It did, but it looks like my print was off on this side. Oh. Is that what happened? That's what happened. I didn't cut that. It just didn't copy on that side, and that's a mistake of mine. But other than that, this is still the perfect reading list. I'm still going to use it. I can easily just use a ruler, or, you know, better yet, let's see if that's long enough. Oh, I think it is. I'm just going to go ahead and, oh no, it's not. It's not long enough, because that's one, they have that little gap and I'll mess up. So I'm probably just gonna get a ruler whenever I get a second and draw the line there with a black marker, and I'm fine. So that'll be the back side of the page. So I'm just gonna go in and punch the holes from the classic, and that's it. We will have our reading list front and back. And we're perfect. So what I'm gonna do with this one, the one that did not align perfectly on the back, I am going to go ahead and paste this on here. I'm not gonna paste it, I'm actually gonna tape it with my Tombow. But this part, this paper here, I actually bought from Michael's. It was already this size. And I could have just actually, I also have white, and I bought this years ago as well. I have no idea if they even still sell it, but it's actually the perfect size for your planner. They have black, white, brown, all kinds of colors, guys. If you want to really get creative with your planner, head over to Michael's. It was Recollections, I believe, maybe. I'm not quite sure, it was years ago again. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll probably print another and put it on the back side just to have. But this is how I recreated my reading list, and I hope that you all are able to do the same thing. Happy reading!